When you work with multiple layers in Adobe Photoshop, the conditions might be there for you to require, say, for example, an alignment of the pieces. So you need to put all these together. It would be possible, I suppose, to pick up your Move tool right here and then select, say, the ball that you want to move. And you could come over here and begin maybe manually aligning them one to the other, which would work. There's an easier way to do alignment. Don't confuse this program with Adobe Illustrator. That's a vector program. Vector items don't have to be in separate layers. They can be all in one layer. In order to align in Adobe Photoshop, it is required that you have the items in separate layers. Now you will notice my visible-invisible button right here allows me to turn them on and off. Here's a trick for you if you've never done this before. If you want to turn off everything but one particular item, you could do this. Grab onto, say, this one right here. You want to leave this one on and drag down. It will turn off everything but the one that you didn't select. You can then go the other way and turn everything back on again. Here's an easier way. If you want to make one item visible and turn everything off temporarily, hold down the Alt key, Option on a Mac, click the one you want to leave on, and it will turn off everything but the one you clicked on. If you Alt-click it again, it will turn them all back on. Let's get back to alignment. In order to align, you need to do two things. You need to select the layers that you want to align, and you must have the Move tool selected. Now, we already have the Move tool selected. I'm going to select ball 5. I'm going to hold the Shift key and select ball 1. They're all selected. That's an easy way to do a contiguous selection. Over here, we have options. Now, let's just look at these first. These options allow me to align, and these items allow me to distribute. So I can tell the computer to align top, center, or bottom, which would put them all together. If I use this one, it's going to put them all together like that. That's not what I want, so I'll press undo. I could tell the computer to align them all to the top, and that's going to use the top one. You get the idea, the bottom one. I want to align them all to center right here. If I select that one, it will look at this one in the leftmost and this one in the rightmost, and it will find the center between those two and center them all right there. If I use the leftmost, it will use the leftmost to center them. If I use the rightmost, it'll use the rightmost to center them. I just want to put them all together. So I'm going to use this one, and it will indeed center them. The next thing I'd like to do is distribute them evenly. So all of the options over here are for center or aligning, not just centering, but aligning. These items are for distributing. For example, this one right here, since we're working with shapes that are vertical, I'm going to say to the computer by clicking this button is I want all of these equally distributed. Now it's going to look at the top one and the bottom one. It won't move those, but it'll move these if it has to put equal space between each one. Alignment is more than possible in Adobe Photoshop. However, the items must be in separate layers. Now, what else do we have up here while we're talking about alignment? You have some other options. The Auto Select button, if left on, can cause what I would consider to be frustration. If I click on this item, it will select the layer that it's in. A lot of people like that. I prefer the shortcut because I don't want to accidentally select and change layers. If you want to select an item in Adobe Photoshop without using that option, hold down the Control key, Command key on a Mac, and if you click on one of these, it will select it automatically, but you're holding the Control key down when you do the click. To me, that's a little bit easier. This button right here for Auto Select means if you have a group, we'll talk about those in a minute, but do you want to select by layer or by group? But the default is group. Transform controls, if you actually have that on, no matter where you go on an item, it will automatically give you your transform controls. Up to you. Let me show you one more alignment. Let's go to this one right here. I took 4 photographs of this barn, 4 separate photos. The barn was so big, I couldn't enclose everything in one single photo. Now, we've done this earlier in one of our lesson segments called Panoramas, but you do have a button for it right there. Select all the layers that you want to do this alignment to, this panorama. Then click this button right there. And the Auto Align option comes up. We'll go ahead and just do Auto. And watch what happens. It'll automatically put them all back together for you. It's a really nice feature. It is something that we've done before. However, since it's up here, I thought I would show it to you one more time. It's the ability to create these auto aligns, or what we sometimes call panoramas.